As an ultra runner, I'm constantly training and cross-training. When there's no event on my calendar, I try to develop my own type of personal challenges. 2020 has thrown some massive obstacles at my race season, so I've been looking for something new. About a month ago, I read a couple of articles about runners, particularly in the UK, who are completing a 5K every day for 30 days. I'm not gonna lie. Originally, I thought this was a lame challenge. Their experience and reviews were mixed. One broke their streak after 18 days to take a rest day, and overall, neither seemed to come away from this challenge with many positives to speak of. Well, I decided to take a month off from running and then try this challenge for myself. And this is what I've learned from doing a 5K every day for 30 days. Let's jump right into it. Running a fixed distance repetitively sucks. There is no flow to the workout. There is not a lot of options to mix things up. It turns into logging exact miles for the sake of logging exact miles instead of being in the moment and going wherever the road or trail takes you. It seems like a chore. Then there's the route. Running the same route is both good and bad. Good because you know exactly where you are at any given time and you never have to look at your watch. There are no surprises. Your mind can wander, and you can find your zen. Bad because of the monotony and boredom. As I've already said, it seems like a chore. If you commit to doing this type of distance-specific workout for a specific time, it precludes doing anything else. If you mix additional distances in after your initial 5K, you potentially risk injury, which could make you miss a day and have to start the challenge all over. Saying, I'm going to do X for X amount of days is a sure recipe for boredom and burnout. It becomes a grind. It takes a ton of mental fortitude to stick to anything like this. Having said that, what strategy would I recommend for a new runner who wants to do something like this? Well, set small markers or goals. 30 days seems like a long commitment. But if you break it down, it's actually easy. Days 1 through 5 will fly by. 2 days later, you hit day 7 and you're already a week in. At day 10, you're a third of the way to the finish line. 5 days later, suddenly you're halfway there. 5 days after that, you're 2/3 finished and almost 3 weeks in. Day 25 puts you at a recognizable milestone number and you're within the final 5 countdown. You count off those final 5 days and you've completed this challenge. Even though I did not do this, you could also play with the times. What I mean by this is, if you're feeling good one day and want to run a little bit longer, run at 11 o'clock at night. Be done with your first 5K by midnight and then run that second 5K from midnight until you finish. You just knocked out 2 runs at the same time. The second benefit from doing this is that you will now, most likely, have over 24 hours until your next run, and this essentially gives you a free rest day. Gear for running a 5K is unimportant. You should not need anything special for running this distance. No water, no nothing. The hardest part gear-wise is having enough clean running clothes every single day. So let's look at some stats. As you can see by the chart, my average pace over this time was about 9-minute 28-second mile. Average distance I ran every day was 3.22 miles. The average temperature during this time of year where I'm at was 90 degrees. My average time was about 30 minutes 39 seconds. And the total time running for this was 15 hours, 19 minutes, and 30 seconds. So what are my standout takeaways? Day 7 is when I felt like I had the commitment locked in. It was now routine, and I didn't even think about it. At day 18, even as an ultra runner, this day things started to hurt and I could feel the lack of recovery. I see why the runner featured in the one article took this day off. Day 20, I started to have noticeable toning and muscle-specific strength in my legs. Day 26 and 27 were the worst. I was tired of the same workout and felt as though my running was actually suffering from an extended forced plateau. This alleged challenge was no longer fun or challenging at all. So what are the pros? Well, conditioning occurs quickly. My legs got back to being race ready in no time. If you modify your nutrition and food intake, you can certainly lose weight with this challenge. I didn't, because I didn't adjust anything in my diet. As they say, abs are built in the kitchen. On too many days during this challenge, I simply ended my run with a cold beer. That's not really sports nutrition at all. And in the end, there was definite muscle gain in my legs. What are the cons? Well, you do not get any faster by running the same distance over and over. Distance builds speed, but that's a video for another time. This challenge is repetitive and, as I've already said several times, simply became a chore. And this is where the mental clarity really has to kick in. So, as a runner, would I recommend this challenge? I would only recommend this challenge to someone who is looking for, well, a modest challenge. A novice runner, perhaps, who is trying to build stamina and mental toughness for longer events. For any runner who is used to running anything longer than a 5K, I see this challenge as being more stagnating than beneficial. Finally, was it fun? Well, sure, any type of fitness challenge is fun if you have the right mindset. But since running is my discipline of choice, I would much rather run mixed distances over longer times than a short distance repetitively. It certainly was an interesting way to spend 30 days in 2020. Sure beats everything else that's going on. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope this challenge inspired you, and if it did, you know I'd appreciate that thumbs up like. And maybe, just maybe, I'll see you on the next video. If you enjoy videos about the randomness of our amazing world, consider clicking on the globe to subscribe, or maybe checking out one of the other videos right here.